People, a truck driver was just fired from his job for the most craziest reason you probably ever heard of in your life. Now, people, I want to know, have you ever heard of anyone being fired for anything like this? This is crazy. Let me explain exactly what happened. Now, people, this man been driving trucks for 6 years. He worked for a reefer company. The main thing they haul is beef. They haul ice cream and cheese also, but the main thing they haul is beef. Now, having said that, this man is a trainer, and he been training students for 3 years. He's married with 4 kids, and he have 1 on the way. Now, let's talk about how this man got fired. This man and this student picked up a load from JBS. JBS sell very expensive meat. The load weighed 40,000 pounds. So when he got to the shipper, the load was already preloaded, meaning he could not look in the back of the trailer. So after him and his student left the shipper, they delivered the load to North Carolina, and that's where all the problems start. So while they was being unloaded in North Carolina and a light turned green, they went into the receiving office to get their bills. That's where they realized it was a serious problem. The receiving place they was getting unloaded at rejected several of their boxes. Now, the reason this company rejected a lot of this beef that was on this man's trailer, it was because a lot of the boxes was damaged. Remember, the trailer was preloaded, so he didn't have nothing to do with that. Now, people, at this point, you may be asking yourself, well, why did this man get fired? He didn't do anything wrong. Well, people, this is where everything get crazy. This will blow your mind. So when the company left several boxes of beef on this man's trailer, he called his company. His company told him to sit tight. They was going to look for a food bank so he can pick up his next load. They wanted him to drop all the beef off at a food bank. They then called this man back 30 minutes later and said they could not find a food bank that's close to him. So they want him to throw all the beef in the dumpster. And people, yes, you heard me right. They want this man to throw thousands of dollars worth of beef in the dumpster, in the trash can. The reason they want this man to throw the beef in the dumpster because he have another load he have to pick up. And if he go to a food bank, it will be going out of his way. So what did this man do? Did he throw the beef away? Absolutely not. He was in luck. He live in North Carolina. He called his wife and his cousin have a pickup truck, and his wife have a van. He loaded his cousin pickup truck up, and he loaded his wife van up. That was enough beef to last them 6 to 8 months. And people, I'm talking about ribs, sausage, everything. You name it. All kind of beef was in them boxes. And if you don't know anything about JBS, look them up. They have some of the most expensive meat in the world. Them is some of the most expensive loads. So people, at this point, you may be thinking to yourself, well, what can go wrong? How did he get fired? They told him to throw the meat in a dumpster, and he kept the meat. Well, the man he was training recorded him when he was loading up his cousin pickup truck and when he was loading up his wife van. The trainee recorded everything. The trainee then called the company and told the company everything that happened, and he sent them the video. Now, people, let me tell you how dirty this man company was. They didn't fire him in North Carolina when he was close to his house. They gave them a load going all the way to California, across country, way far from his house. After him and his trainee delivered a load to Walmart in California, they fired him when they went to a truck stop. They told him to get all of his stuff out of his truck. He's fired. This man then asked his company, why are they firing him? They said they told him to throw that beef in the dumpster. They did not tell him to keep the beef. At that point, he knew 100% the man he was training recorded him. He called his company and snitched on him. So when this man company fired him and told him to get all of his stuff off the truck and leave the truck, he then asked him could they get him a load going back to North Carolina because a rental car would be $800 plus. The company then told him if he moved that truck, they will report that truck stolen and he will go to jail. So people, let's get this straight. They fired this man over some beef they wanted him to throw in the dumpster. They couldn't find a food bank, so they wanted him to throw that beef away. He decided to keep the beef. He wasn't late on a load or anything. He just kept the beef for him and his family. So people, have you ever heard of anyone getting fired for something crazy like this? The company wanted him to throw the beef in the garbage can, and they fired him for keeping the beef.